Hey, hey, loves. I hope everybody is having a super duper Saturday. Are you ready? Because I've got another crazy story for you. This one is filled with love, lies, deceit, abuse, incest, and of course, murder. So I want to say thank you guys for joining in and all the love and support. I hope everyone is doing well, and buckle up as I tell you another crazy story. So this story is going to be about the death of Linda Brown. Linda Brown was 23 years old when she died. Actually, scratch that. Let's be honest. She didn't just die. She was friggin' murdered. And not just murdered by some stranger on the road or someone who crept in her home late at night. No. This was a murder by someone she knew. Not just by someone, by multiple people she knew. So, before we get into all the deets on that, let me tell you guys about the key players in this story. As I said, this story is about the victim, Linda Brown, 23 years old, when she was murdered, shot twice in the chest while sleeping in her bed. The other people who lived in the home at the time were her little sister, Patty Bailey. Patty was 17 years old. She had been living with Linda and her husband, David, since she was 11 years old. Because Patty and Linda's parents were in a very rough financial situation, their mother had their own issues, and Linda and David thought that they could assist raising her little sister, Patty, and raise her as their own and help. So she had been living with them since she was 11 and was 17 at the time of the murder. The other person living with them was David's daughter, Cinnamon Brown. She was 14 years old. Now, Cinnamon is David's biological daughter and a stepdaughter to Linda. Now, Linda and David, they brought Cinnamon into their home, and Linda loved her as her own. By all accounts, by everyone. Linda, the stepmother, and Cinnamon, the stepdaughter, got along fantastically. Patty, the sister of Linda, and, slash sister-in-law, slash daughter, slash soon-to-be lover, it's coming. Whatever twisted Jerry Springer business that is. But Patty, the little sister slash daughter, whatever you want to call her, got along great with the stepdaughter, Cinnamon. So it was a happy family. Things were great. There's one more person who luckily didn't really play a part, but sadly was so affected by it. There's a baby, which is Linda and David's child, Amber. She's an infant at the time. Her name is Amber, and I'm sure it was traumatized in life, never the same. Let's get back to the story. So, it is February 1985, and Patty's in bed sleeping, and she hears a gunshot. And she wakes up, and she goes to grab Amber, the baby, who is sleeping in the crib next to her. And as she looks up, she sees Cinnamon running out of the room. And then she hears two more gunshots. Bang, bang, right? And she grabs the baby, and she's hiding in the closet, and she's so scared. Patty's terrified. And then David comes home from work. Thank God. So David comes home from work, and Patty's like, David, somebody's hurt your wife, Linda. Where's Cinnamon? Nobody can find Cinnamon. Calls 911. Yeah, 911. This is David Brown. My wife, Linda's been shot. And my slash sister-in-law slash daughter, Jerry Springer twisted shit kid I'm raising, Patty, says it was my daughter, Cinnamon. Hurry, I think she's dying. I'm too afraid to walk in the room and check on my wife, though. So the police show up, and they look, and they cannot find Cinnamon anywhere. And yeah, Patty's dead. Shot twice through the chest, dead. Cinnamon's cradling David and Linda's baby, also her sister slash almost mother. Anyways, and protecting them, and David's like, I can't believe this. Cinny, she's so mad. That's what they call Cinnamon. Cinny, she's so mad. Linda was kicking her out. Bullshit! I call BS. Anyways, Linda's kicking her out, so Cinny must have been so distraught, she shot her twice through the chest. Well, where's Cinnamon? We don't know. We don't know where she is. So they take David and Patty to the station to question whatnot. and they're processing the home. And David keeps mentioning, don't forget to lock up my entire home. Make sure you check the perimeters and my dog's out back and make sure everything's locked up. Well, the next day when the police are leaving, they're doing that. They're checking the perimeter and they're locking everything up where the dogs are. They hear this noise. It looks in the doghouse. Who's there? Cinnamon, the 14-year-old daughter of David, stepdaughter of Linda, who was shot twice in the chest, who they claim did it. She's laying there on the verge of death. Laying next to her is a bottle of pills. She has downed a ton of PKs, and there's a confession/suicide note that says, I'm so sorry, I did it, I shot Linda, take me to heaven or whatever. So the police take her to the hospital and they save her. Cinnamon survives. David must be getting nervous. So Cinnamon survives. And she pleads guilty. She says, yeah, I did it. I shot my stepmother. I shot her twice in the chest and I friggin' killed her. I did. So, open shut case, right? Whips and chains, handcuffs, smack a little booty up with that belt. She's going to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100, $200, whatever it is. Get your booty in jail. So Cinnamon does. She goes to jail. After a couple years, ooh, did I bring the wrong book? After a couple of years of being in jail, Cinnamon is sitting there and she's thinking, and it's been years, and she's very lonely at this point. Just rotting away in a juvenile detention center. Nobody's visiting her. Nobody's checking in on her. Except for the detectives, who have always questioned something was not right that night. So they continue to check in on her and they continue to update her on what's going on in the outside world. After, 2-3 years, they stop in and they update Cinnamon on some news. So I know you haven't talked to your dad, David, and your half-sister, Patty, your stepmother's sister. I know you haven't talked to them in a while, but we just want to update you. Patty and David are now married and have a child of their own. Cinnamon about loses it. She's like, are you friggin' kidding me? She starts piecing it all together. Everything starts coming together. It took 3 years for the detectives to gain her trust, but she finally stands up and says, enough is enough. You want the truth? You're getting the truth. So here's what really happened on February back in 1985 to Linda. David had begun molesting Patty at the ripe age of 11 years old. The little sister of his wife, Linda, that he said, bring her into our home. We can provide a better, safer, more stable life for her. He began molesting her and building a relationship with her since she was 11 years old. By the time she was 17, he was so twisted in her head, in Patty, Linda's little sister's head, that Linda was trying to kill him. So he begins to tell Patty, you overhear conversations on the phone and stuff, and if you don't hear the other side, it could sound different. So little things like that happened that started getting in Patty's head. And she started believing that they were trying to kill David. So Cinnamon, who's 14, Patty 17, and then David's an old, disgusting, nasty, manipulative piece of crap. Anyways, but they start bringing Cinnamon into the plan and telling her, Linda, your stepmother, is trying to kill your daddy. He's trying to kill her. I heard her on the phone. They start planting it. They're like, what can we do? They're like, what if we run away together? And he's like, no, she knows the mob. They're coming after me. She's after my business. And, with the life insurance, he kept them going. Again, this is a 17-year-old little girl who's been molesting since she was 11 and his 14-year-old daughter who was raised by a master manipulator. So he's got these seeds in their mind. They start to believe him. He convinces them the only way that they can remain a family, raise baby Amber together, remember the baby I told you in the very beginning, that's Linda and David's, and keep Patty there and Cinnamon, all them together so Cinnamon doesn't have to go back to her biological mom and Patty doesn't have to go back to her family, is if we kill Linda. It's the only solution. But I can't do it. Me as David, I can't. Patty, it would make. So Patty says, okay. She says she's going to do it. She gets the gun. She goes in there. She can't friggin' do it. She can't do it. It's her friggin' sister who has raised her. David's pissed. So it comes down to Cinnamon. They convince her, you are 14 years old. We're going to tell her that she kicked you out. It was insanity. It was emotions. And you'll be out. They're going to put you in a facility, therapy, a few weeks. You'll be home. That's it. If it was me, Dad, David, I'd go away for life. But you, Cinnamon, you're 14. They'll talk to you. They'll do some therapy. You'll be home in weeks. You do it. They convince her. So Cinnamon says she'll do it to save her father's life. So he tells her, take the gun, take this blanket, wrap it around it as a silencer when you shoot your stepmother twice in the chest while I'm at work. With my infant next door in the next room and your sister, whatever you want to call her, Patty. So she does. She goes in and she shoots the first time. The friggin' gun gets jammed because of the blanket. So little Cinnamon, 14 years old, is screaming and Linda's laying there gushing blood, choking and gasping for air, still alive. She runs into the next room with Patty, who is now holding baby Amber. Patty, again, is 17 years old. And it's like, I broke the gun. It's stuck and she's still alive. So they're trying to unjam it. While they're trying to unjam it, another round accidentally discharges. So now we know why she originally shot in Patty's room in the beginning. It was an accident. But unlodged, goes back in, pushes Linda off, shoots her one more time. The next part of the story was David wanted his own daughter to shoot herself in the chest. They would save you in time so that way they knew that you were sincere in your upset and insanity. And Cinnamon was like, I can't do that. I can't shoot myself. So he convinced her to take all those pills as a fake suicide so that it would look like she was sincerely sorry. Well, the truth of it was he gave her enough pills that she should have died. But because of how young she was, she couldn't get them all down. She kept puking them up as she was taking them. But if she would have taken them all like her father instructed, she was supposed to die to be their patsy to get out. So the truth comes out and she places it all together. Finally, she calls her father and she says, Dad, you've got to come see me. These detectives are hounding me. It's 5 years later. You got to come see me. They're hounding me. And I feel like I've got to talk to someone and tell the truth. Well, Cinnamon's got a trick up her sleeve for you, Pappy. She's wearing a wire when Daddy shows up. So wearing that wire, she starts talking to him. And he talks to her about the whole shebang. So it's out there. So he leaves. He has no idea that this sweet little Cinnamon, who he manipulated and destroyed her friggin' life and future, was wearing a wire and would turn against him, but she did. Daddy confesses to the entire thing. Both of them finally realized what truly was going on. The man that they idolized and fought so hard to save his life had completely destroyed their lives and killed the only person that truly loved them, Linda. So how's that for a family story for yous? Ba-dum-bum. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want some more of it? All right, I gotta go. I got stuff to do. That's the story of Cinnamon Brown. Be careful. You never know who you're talking to, who you're dating, and who you're seeing. Sneaky business. All right, you guys. Peace, love, chicken wings. Be safe. Make good decisions. All right, love you. Wash those hands.